Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I turn flax seeds into the best hair gel for curly hair and other kinds of hair, but especially for curly hair, which is what I have under here, but it is really in need of a hair wash. So I'm going to show you my whole process. I love using flax seeds for hair gel. They actually beat out any store-bought product I've used for my hair in terms of how well it works on curls. They're also really cheap. Easy to buy in bulk, so less packaging, and there's no chemicals in them that might be harmful to my health. So many reasons I love using these, but it's not a place where a DIY or a non-toxic, more healthy option has to compromise how well it works. It works so well. We're starting in the kitchen because the way that we can turn flax seeds into a great hair gel is by simmering them. So we're going to take a saucepan, add the flax seeds, and then there are so many different ways you can do this. I have actually done this in a hotel with a hotel cup and boiling water and straining them through a muslin in a hotel. It works like that. You can just soak them overnight and strain them, but I think a quick simmer on the stove and then straining them through a nut milk bag, this one is so old but it still works, is the best way to do it. I like to put the nut milk bag into a jar so that when I've squeezed it, I can just close the top and put it in the fridge. I find that the gel lasts 1 to 2 weeks in the fridge, so I just make a small amount each time for maybe 1, 2, or 3 hair washes and then keep it so I don't have to make it every time I'm washing my hair.
We are going to start with about 1/3 cup of flax seeds and 450 mils of water. Don't worry about being too exact. You can always add more later. You can cook it a little extra. It's a very flexible and easy to work with recipe. You're going to practice. You're going to find exactly the way that you like it for you. Then we're going to add those to the stove after a quick mix so that nothing sticks and there's no clumps, and bring it to a simmer on a low to medium heat. We want it to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you want it to look like this. So you can see it's getting to be like a gel. It's viscous and thick, but there's still a good amount of free floating liquid. So that is what we're going to extract. Please don't do this. I have iron hands. I don't know why. Don't put your hands in it. Use a spoon to see that it has gone to this stringy, viscous gel-like texture. Now, if you cook it for too long, this often happens. I get distracted. It's real life. I'm making it during breakfast. You'll get this. And it really is just a clump of flax seeds. There's not really any gel to extract. All is not lost. Again, please don't put your fingers in it like that. But you can see this is not what you want. There's no gel to pull from this. You're just going to add in a splash more water, put it back on the stove until it all combines, until you do see that free floating gel. It's viscous, it's thick, it's stringy, it's like a gel, but there's a good amount that you can extract from it. You've got some free floating gel. When it's cool enough to touch, please wait for that. We're going to pour it through the nut milk bag or into a sieve to strain it. We're going to squeeze it through the nut milk bag. It should squeeze through quite easily if you've stopped at the right point. If you haven't, you can add some water back in. I'll show you how to do that. But we're just going to squeeze it out into the jar. This is what you're going to do if it's not quite coming out. We're just going to put the whole thing into the pan, massage a little bit of water into it to loosen it all up. And then after that, you'll find it strains out really easily. So we're going to squeeze it all out into the jar. Yes, it's messy, but I truly think it's worth it. It's why I make a few washes worth at once, because it is a little bit messy. It takes a minute, but you'll get it down. I usually do this in the morning, literally while we're making breakfast, and then I go and wash my hair. It's so worth the mess. Then again, you can do this again afterwards to extract a little bit more, just massage a bit more water into it and do another squeeze. And then we're left with a jar of beautiful, sustainable, package-free, non-toxic hair gel.
I'm now in my bathroom. The light is bad in here, but I've got my jar of wonderful flaxseed gel. This will last about 2 to 3 hair washes. I've honestly not found that the shampoo I use makes a big difference. I do condition my hair. This is the one I'm currently loving. It's in a recycled plastic bottle and has pretty good ingredients, so I like that. What I will do is wash my hair, condition my hair upside down, and then as soon as I'm done showering, I'm going to scrunch in some of that gel. I do not brush my hair. I tend to just put the conditioner through with my fingers. Brushing it can make it more frizzy. If I want to brush my hair, I will brush it with the conditioner in it, and I will use a brush with the conditioner in my hair. But then once I rinse the conditioner out, I don't brush my hair. I will just go through it with my fingers, and that really helps it to not get frizzy and to have better curls.
I have washed it, rinsed it, put the conditioner in, and I'm just combing through my hair with my fingers before rinsing it out. Then I'm going to scrunch it really at this point just to get rid of some excess water, but you do want the hair quite wet when you apply the flax gel. Then don't be afraid to go in with a lot of gel. I comb it through my entire hair before scrunching to bring back the curl. Then I'm going to wrap my hair in a microfiber towel. I was gifted this one, but honestly a t-shirt works just as well. I'm going to put it up like that for 5 to 10 minutes until I'm ready to diffuse, dry it. Then I'll start by just scrunching it a tiny bit and then go in with the diffuser. This is a Dyson something, I can't remember what it's called. You really don't need that. A cheap hairdryer with a diffuser. You can get them on Facebook Marketplace. They work just as well. I just thought this one might be a little better for my hair. So I'm going to go in and just diffuse it upside down on its side, all the way around, to see those curls form and dry. I will go back in with some gel once I see the curls form. I'm then just going to scrunch it all around with a bit more gel. I find it really helps to define the curls really nicely. And I'm going to keep going until it is pretty much dry.
It's had about 15 minutes of diffuse drying. I've not remotely kind of styled it in terms of parting it or anything like that. I tend to just let it do whatever it does, and then I'll style it or put it up or down depending on what result I get from each blow dry. It feels different every time. You can also like twizzle the individual curls before it's dry and get more defined curls. My hair is on the thinner side, so it's obviously, of course, going to depend on your hair, the tightness of your curls and things like that, but that is what it leaves me with. Now, bear in mind, if I just air dried my hair, it would be like barely any curl at all, just full frizz. So this is not what I get kind of naturally. It really needs product to get here, and that is what we've got. So the wetter the hair is when you apply the flax gel, the less you will feel the gel in the hair. So I usually do a few applications, one when it's completely wet, then I will come back in right when I see the curls start to form with the diffuser and do another scrunch dry to get some nice individual curls. And then I tend to do one right at the end when my hair is about like this. I'll put on a bit more flax gel, and then you do get a little bit crispy. In scrunching it afterwards, you can kind of scrunch out the crisp, but I feel like it really helps to define the curls and get them nice and happy. But there it is. That is my flax curl process. In between hair washes, I will spritz my hair with I just keep a glass bottle with some water in it. And this helps to kind of refresh the curls a little bit after a workout or sleeping on them. Also sleeping with a silk pillow can help as well, but I will just go in and give them a little spritz and a scrunch, and then you could just let them air dry. But I will just go in with the diffuser for just a couple of minutes to kind of give them a bit of a refresh. And it just can help pull back in any frizz. So a quick spritz and a 1-minute diffuser. I bring it back to life in between hair washes and extend it a little bit longer and keep the curl. If you do put flax seed gel on at this stage when it's drier, or even just after a spritz, you will get more of that crispy curl, and I find that it doesn't actually work quite as well. So best just to spritz with the gel that is already there, give it a quick diffuse dry or air dry and scrunching, and that can revive it a little bit in between washes. But there you go, I will link that and everything else in the caption below. Not that there's a ton that you need, but if it helps, I'll link them all below, and that is my process.